Okay guys, welcome to another video from Pycoders Academy Python course. And in our previous video we did the int data type. We did how to use the operators to add various numbers, subtract them, multiply them, find the exponent, and a whole lot of stuff. And we did how to convert from a certain data type, let's say a float, to an int. So today we'll be treating float. So float is a data type, also like in the number data type. So in the number data type we have the int and the float. So we have treated the int. So today we will treat the float from the number data type. So the floats are just like the int data type. The difference is that floats are decimals and the int is integers. So there are no decimal places in integers, and we can apply the same operators as we did in the int data type. So an example is print 3.8 plus 4.0. So when you run this, so you get 7.8. So we can add them, we can subtract them. Let's run this code also. Let's run this code. Okay, so we get minus 0.2 something. So we can also multiply them. So 15.2. So we can do all the operators on it. Then we can also store them in variables and print them. So let's say variable number is equal to 2.0, no, 2.5, sorry, 2.5 plus, let's say, 3.6, and let's pass the name of the variable here. So let's run this code. So you get 6.1. So it's the same thing. So you can pass it through the print statement, or you can just store it in a variable and print it out, print the variable out to print out the content. So here we can also add an int and a float together, because you know that they are all from the number data type. So when you add the int and float, you have to get a number like here, a float. So let's run it. But this can't be applied in strings. We can't add a string and an int or a float, because they are of different data types. So when we reach strings, I will teach you how to change it, how to convert it to a string and use it. So let's move forward. So we have learned how to use the operators on it. We have learned how to store it in a variable, how to pass it in a print statement. Now let's see how to convert from a data type, a different data type, to the float data type. So as we did in the int data type, we said in the int data type we use the int function, which is like this. But in the float we will use the float function. So let's say we have something like number, which is the variable, is equal to, let's say, 5. We know 5 is an integer, so we can convert it to a float. Just use the float function. Okay, then you print the variable name out to get the result. So let's print it. Let's run this code. See, you got 5.0. So 5.0 is a float. So we have converted from an int to a float. So is that so simple? So let's try another one. Let's say string. So we are converting this string to a float. So let's see something. So we have converted it successfully. So you can convert from different data types to float. We can convert from int to float, string to float, and so on. So I think that's that for floats.